Hello, beautiful people. How you doing? How you doing? Hello, beautiful people. Can y'all hear me just fine? I hope so. Because we're going to get this video on the road. Hope y'all can hear me just fine. I know the camera quality kind of sucks, but I wanted to get on here and share anyway. So I want to start a new thing. It's called Miracle Magic. So for those who don't know, we are in a very magical time right now. This is a very magical season or period of living, right? This is a magical time to be alive. And haven't really decided how often I'm gonna do these messages. Maybe once a week, once a month. Not really sure, or a couple of times a month. But I do feel led to share these messages. So I do want to do this mirror magic. This miracle magic. Miracle magic, miracle magic. Forgiveness just fell out of the deck. Let me get two more cards here, Spirit. 222 on the timer. Let's get two more cards here. Look at energy and divine destruction. I just heard to be broken and put back together. To be broken and to be put back together. So the first card that came out is forgiveness. It says to release resentment, anger, or vengeance and show empathy and compassion towards someone or a particular situation, right? So there's miracle. There's a miracle that happens. There's a miracle that happens in forgiveness, like the process of forgiving yourself, forgiving a person, forgiving a particular situation, right? So this week, the miracle magic is about forgiveness, and then you have the energy card. It says it reveals your true self. So there is something about yourself that may have been hidden from you, or that you couldn't see about yourself because you refused to either forgive someone else, or you didn't forgive yourself. 333 on the timer. You didn't forgive yourself for something for a very long time, and it was causing you to not be able to see who you truly or fully are in some regard. And so now, that you've finally chosen, now that you've finally chosen to forgive yourself or forgive that person or whatever that situation go, let that situation go. The miracle here is that you're going to be able to see your full self. It says energy. It reveals your true self, and reflects who you are to where you are. So now it's like a mirror image. It's probably why I said mirror magic instead of miracle magic. There is a mirror, that is basically being shown and reflected to you in this season right now, where there's a miracle happening inside of you that you can't even see right now, but you're being aligned in a way that's so beautiful. And then it says the divine destruction. You are experiencing a tower moment that feels like you are being punished for something, but in truth, your reality is shifting in order to make it ready for what you are manifesting. Oh, I can't make this up, y'all. Divine destruction, meaning that everything that is falling apart or seemingly falling apart in your life is meant to be falling apart right now, because it is a thing that has been blocking what you've been trying to manifest. It's something that you've been blocking what you've been trying to bring into your world, bring into your life. It's something that you've been blocking. That lack of forgiveness, right, was keeping you from being able to fully see your true self and reveal how you were being held back or how you were being blocked from certain things, right? And so, divine destruction, you are experiencing a tower moment that feels like you are being punished for something. I can't make this up, y'all. It says you feel like you are being punished for something, but in truth, your reality is shifting in order to make ready for what you are manifesting. So, the miracle magic for this week is that the forgiveness that you have recently done for yourself, the forgiveness that you have recently given to someone else, 555 on the clock, that is about to create a massive and a significant change in your life that is going to divinely align you with everything that you truly deserve here. Everything that you truly deserve here, Spirit. So, or beautiful being. So, Spirit, how to harness, how do they need to harness this energy here? How do they need to harness this energy? Right? How can they harness this energy here? Standards. You got, okay, standards and attachment addiction, right? So, but they both came out in the reverse. So, in order for you to harness this, it is time for you to adjust your standards, right? It is time for you to adjust your standards. There is a standard that you may have previously set for yourself that is no longer working for you. Standards and attachment addiction came out separate. Okay, they came out separate, right? And they both came out in the reverse. Standard and attachment addiction, 7-11 on the clock. Yeah, I'll be having to watch. You gotta watch. I'll get me started to being goofy. No, so seriously, the standards card. So the standards card upright says it's a time to reestablish your standards. You are likely trying to apply old standards of living with your new life, and standards are not often a once in a lifetime thing, right? So when you step into a new phase or a new stage of your life or a new stage of living and existing, you have to adjust your standards according to who you are presently. That's why this energy card came out. It said it reflects your true self, and it reflects who you are to where you presently are. So when you are able to adjust your standards, you'll be able to see who you fully and truly are and who you're fully meant to step into. 808 on the clock. 808 on the clock. You'll be able to fully see yourself, right? And this tower moment that you may be presently experiencing, it will all make sense. So the way you're meant to be harnessing this energy at this time is to adjust your standards, right? Adjust your standards. The attachment addiction card says when you or someone are addicted to being attached due to unrealized or unhealed wounds that occurred in the early years of living. So you are being asked at this time to detach. In order to fully harness this energy, you have to detach. One of the reasons why we often remain um, connected to certain experiences for far longer than we need to is because we're still remaining attached to something associated with that energy. Something associated with that person or that energy is still attached to us, right? But you are being asked, in order to fully harness this beautiful energy of forgiveness, is to detach. Because again, attachment addiction came out in reverse, and this may also be a sign that if you just recently detached from someone or something, then this is also your confirmation that you may already be harnessing this energy. You may already be harnessing this energy. Look at that. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Um, yeah, so that's how you can harness the energy. What do they need to look out for here, Spirit? What do they need to look out for here for the week? for the next 7 days. What do they need to look out for here when it comes to this miracle magic? Healing attack. Oh, that is so beautiful. I'm gonna read this card to y'all. It's so beautiful. It says a sudden spiritual cleanse that closes out all previously healed experiences, typically showing up when you are stuck at the end of a cycle or on the brink of a major opportunity. During healing attacks, you must remain open to the healing as it is fully purifying self to make room for all that is to come. Be prepared to experience a completely purifying healing process. That's what you need to be looking out for. So this may show up this may show up as tears that may come out of nowhere. You may be watching a movie or a TV show or driving down the street in your car and you may start crying literally out of nowhere, right? Because some smell or something that you look at or something that you hear may remind you of someone or something, and it is going to be like the cycle is going to be a reminder that that cycle is closing and it's ending. And this is that you're going to experience a lot of 11:11 on the clock. When I'm saying that, you're going to experience a lot of healing. It's going to be so many healing, so many cycles are going to be closing out all at once, and it's going to feel so heavy. It's going to feel so heavy, but it's so important for you to remain open to this. It's so beautiful because it's such a shift and you deserve it. You deserve it. Oh my gosh. You absolutely deserve it. I'm so proud of you. Let's see. So that's what you need to look out for. Okay, conversations with my anxiety. Y'all, I'm so excited. No, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you. Conversations with my anxiety, right? So what is their anxiety or stress levels going to look like during this time? What is it that they need to know about their anxiety? What is their anxiety going to try to tell them here, Spirit, during this process? Look, clusterfuck, the lesson is not being learned, and this is called, oh wow, oh wow. You lying mother, shut your mouth. Let me tell you something. So y'all be getting so excited. Look, clusterfuck. Clusterfuck says the lesson is not being learned, and this has caused a multitude of disasters. One tower after the next due to a refusal to seek help and make necessary changes. Now you just heard me say, like, Spirit, what is their anxiety or what is their stress levels going to try to tell them? Because you experience this healing attack, okay? Because you experience this healing attack, you are going to, your anxiety, 1313 on the clock, your anxiety is going to try to tell you, your anxiety is going to try to tell you that there is something wrong. Your anxiety is going to try to tell you that you did something bad. Your anxiety is going to try to tell you that you didn't learn your lesson. The first line says the lesson is not being learned, and this is called a multitude of disasters, right? Because you're getting ready to experience a lot of cycles closing out all at once, it's going to feel like you did something wrong. You are probably going to have those dark, negative, evil, ugly thoughts come across your mind to try to tell you that you did something wrong, right? Then you got spiritual roadblock. It's going to try to convince you that you're going the wrong way or that you're doing things wrong. It says doubt, disease, indecisive, anxiety, carelessness, lack of obedience. You lack obedience, poor judgment, mental uncertainty, fear of failure or fear of success. When you get to a point where you are getting ready to cross over the threshold, all of these things are going to try to come back up for you. Your anxiety is going to try to tell you that you're doing all this shit wrong. It's going to try to tell you that you didn't learn your lessons the first 15, 20 times you went through the experiences, right? It's going to try to convince you of all this. And you got spiritual embezzlement. It says someone who you trust steals or misappropriates your divine inheritance or spiritual gifts or energetic DNA and tries to pass it off as their own. So there's going to be, your anxiety is going to be acting as this spiritual roadblock. Come here, somebody. your anxiety is going to be acting as this spiritual roadblock, trying to convince you that you're not on the right path. It's going to be trying to incite doubt and fear and anxiety that's going to just flare up. Oh my gosh. I like y'all, spirit be blowing my mind. I literally just said, what is your anxiety going to try to do to you? And literally, spiritual roadblocks, spiritual embezzlement, and clusterfuck comes out together with the purpose card. It's going to try to convince you that you're not going the right way so that you don't step into your purpose. Purpose is your soul's mission on the earthly realm to fulfill the divine reason that you were brought here to complete. It's going to try. I can't. I'm done. I'm done. It's going to try to convince you that you're not going the right way. It's going to try to convince you to turn around. It's going to try to, and mark my words, this week. What is this week? The 29th of April through, what is that? The 5th of May. Is going to try to convince you that your purpose is not your purpose. 16:16 on the clock. Your purpose is going to try to convince you that your purpose is not your purpose. It's going to try to convince your anxiety is going to try to convince you that your purpose is not your purpose. Your anxiety is going to try to convince you that you did not learn your lesson the first 10, 15, 20 times that you went through this experience. Because I feel like whatever this is, you have been on the brink of learning this lesson and passing the spiritual test for a while now. And every time you got to the forgiveness stage, or every time you got to the last part of it, you went back out of fear, and you let your anxiety, how you doing? You let your anxiety get the best of you. You let your anxiety convince you that there was something wrong and that you didn't fully learn your lesson yet, or that you needed to go through the experience again. And then every time you started noticing that every single time you kept going through the experience all over again, you was like, oh my gosh, why did I let myself fall for it again? 17 on the clock. Why do I keep letting myself? This last time you went through this experience, you was like, why? Part of the last few times you went through this, you was like, why do I keep letting myself fall for the okie doke? And you kept feeling terrible every single time. Why do I keep letting myself fall for the okie doke? Why do I keep letting myself fall for it? What's the closing message here, Spirit, for the miracle, for miracle magic for the week of April 29th through May 5th? Look at this spiritual power. I felt this shit. It says spiritual power. It says having faith and trusting in the consciousness that exists within and without. Connecting. Oh, I'm so proud of you. I could cry. Yeah, I could cry right now. I feel like, no, seriously. I'm very goofy, but I could cry right now, y'all. Oh my God, I just felt so many emotions in that 5 seconds. Like, seriously, I could cry. And I feel like, okay, breathe. That's a message for you for this week too. Breathe. Like when you feel your anxiety flaring up, breathe. Like literally breathe. Close your eyes, take a couple of deep breaths, and like literally recenter yourself, reground yourself, baby. Because this spiritual power you're about to connect to, this spiritual power you're about to tap into, baby. This spiritual power is about to be next level. And it's probably not probably, it's more than likely going to scare you, but in the best way. It's gonna, what they call it, like good fear or something, right? Wow. And divine alignment at the bottom of the deck. Divine alignment at the bottom of the deck. So spiritual power says having faith and trusting in the consciousness that exists within and without, connecting to the fullness of existence while thriving in the truth of it all, trusting all of the elemental aspects and flowing through them with balance. You've officially and I'm seeing 222 in my third eye. You've officially passed the test. You've officially passed the test. And you're about to experience that. That's the miracle magic for this week. The miracle magic here is that you have officially passed the test. Forgiveness was the last piece of the test. And trusting, forgiveness, and then trusting that you did the right thing, trusting that you were on the right path. Those were the two things that you fully needed to learn. How 2020 on the clock. So maybe this is a test that you've been going through over and over again since the year 2020. You had to learn how to forgive. Or maybe the thing you needed to forgive was something that happened in year 2020 or 20 years ago or when you were 20. Something about 20 is significant here. But you literally have your spiritual power. You're about to fully step into your spiritual power. Things are going to just come to you so swiftly and so divinely, and it's going to be so beautiful. Divine alignment right there, baby. Right there, baby. Right there, baby. Oh, wow. Divine alignment says it's a marriage between intentional actions and consistently disciplined obedience that remains you in the conscious course to fulfilling your life's purpose. That's why I just told you the reason why this purpose card came out is because it did not want you to know your own power. Because if you don't know your power, right? If you don't know your power, where's that card at? If you don't know your power, then you can't fully walk in your purpose, right? That means you won't be in divine alignment. And if you're not in divine alignment, then that means you're not going to receive the abundance and the overflow that you deserve. Y'all, I'm about to get off of here because, baby, this just blew my mind. This just blew me. Listen, listen. For the week of May or for the week of April 29th through May 5th, be prepared to receive divine destruction. Everything may seem like, and it may happen for like I just heard a couple of hours. Everything may seem like it may be like one thing after the next, right? 22:22 on the clock. Yes, thank you, Holy Spirit. Everything may seem like it's going to be falling apart, but it's really going to be falling in alignment. Everything may seem like it's falling apart, but it's all going to be falling in alignment, okay? Divine destruction because you finally forgave. Because you finally forgave. And I feel like the person you really needed to forgive was yourself. And you finally chose to forgive her. You finally chose to forgive him. And because of that, you finally get to see who you truly are. And everything that was built, everything that was built, everything that was built on that false construct or belief that you was allowing to live inside of you because of that lack of forgiveness is about to dismantle itself this week. But shortly after, it's only going to last a couple of hours. I literally heard a couple of hours. So a couple is two. So it's on, and then it was 22:22 when I said that. So a couple of hours. A couple of hours. And then after that, everything is going to be in divine alignment. Because that's why I was hearing earlier that everything must be torn down in order to be built anew. Y'all, that's the message, beautiful beings. Oh, wow. I'm excited. Listen, I'm excited. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure if this is your message, comment down below and let me know that this was your word, that this is your message. Claim this word, right? Claim this message if you know that this is for you, right? Because this is a very powerful message. Don't claim it unless you know it is for you, okay? I love you, beautiful beings. Make sure you share this with someone who you know needs to hear, receive this message. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video. And thank y'all for all the support, all the love, and let's continue to grow. Peace and love, beauties. Deuces.